Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing? I did a short a while back about my experience using the iPad on extended trips. Now, for some reason, last summer I spent 53 days on the road shooting about 9,000 raw files, mostly with the 100S here and with the 50R here. Um, I managed it pretty well on the iPad up to a certain point, at which point I had to attach an external. Now, I just got back a couple of weeks ago. I spent 3.5, 4 weeks in Newfoundland. I traveled around there, went out to Fogo Island, photographed icebergs, etc., etc., etc. Had a really great trip, except for the iPad issue. For some reason, I take some responsibility. I mismanaged my files. I had to use externals. It was frustrating to use. The iPad sometimes didn't charge correctly on my in my truck. So regardless, I have some stats here I want to share with you guys. So here we are. This is after about 3.5 weeks or so. And these stats came from the new Fuji app, which I gotta tell you worked flawlessly the whole time that I used it on the 100S. And just last week I installed it on the 50R here. So it's working great. I can't say good things enough about it, even though I love the old one. I had no problems with that at all. But this connectivity, my phone will go to sleep for an hour or two while I was driving between locations, and when I cranked up the camera and woke up the phone, bam, instant connectivity. I can't be happier. But anyway, here are the stats for the 100S, and these came right out of the activity on the new Fuji X app. I shot 4,345 raw files, images total. The 100 to 200 f5.6 zoom are responsible for 2,824. The 20 to 35, 882. The 32 to 64, 630. The 50 millimeter 8, and an unknown lens for one. I have no idea what the hell happened there. Out of that, I shot 16 images using Provia, 3,121 images using Valvia, 1,171 images using Astia, and 37 using Nostalgic Neg. All right. Now, for the 50R, on that one, I shot 1,705 images, 130 on the 20 to 35. I'm sorry, on the G50R, I shot 852 images, 65 with the 20 to 35, 284 with the 32 to 64, 1 with the 50 millimeter, pretty sad. Should never even have packed that one. And 492 with the 100 to 200. And the reason being that the 100 to 200 has image stab, whereas the 50R does not have that built in. So that was a big boon, especially on the windy conditions, out on a boat, handheld, low shutter speed. So it worked out, pretty well. So the total, I also used my XH1 with the 50 to 140 for another 397 images, and then 130 drone shots, DNG files only, no JPEGs on the drone, raw files on the XH1. So total 11,414 images total. A lot of photos. My whole issue came with the space. This is a 512 gigabyte iPad. I only uploaded raw files, though I did screw up a time or two where I uploaded JPEGs that I had to delete. It was a pain in the butt. So going forward, here's what I'm going to try. Any trip where I know that I'm going to be gone for an extended amount of time, I think I'm going to take my MacBook Air It's the 11.1 inch model. It is 9 years old, still cranking, still works beautifully. And I'm going to take my externals. And as far as externals, see if I can find them here. I have, here they are. I have, I got a bunch of externals. I got 4 Samsung's USB-C. I've got a SanDisk 1 TB. I got 2 Lasier's 1 TB each. And there's others in the drawer here. So, and you know, but I think what I'm going to do is any trip that requires that I'm going to be away for sometime, I think I'm going to take the iPad. Why? Because I can keep it charged in my truck if I need to. I can also hook up an external on one port, an external on the port on the right side, and I can run Lightroom Classic with my travel catalog and copy to one external, because the laptop only has 256 gigs on it, of which only like 100 are available, and it has Capture One Pro as well. And on the other external, which will be connected on the other side, I can just run a backup at the same time that I'm importing. So I think I'm going to try that next time. So let me see here. In November, I'm going somewhere. I'm not sure, but it's only for 4 or 5 days. I may attempt it then, but I figure that on any short trip that's, you know, less than a week, I will probably take the iPad to save space, you know. But anything longer than that, I'm going to try the laptop next time. Even though I absolutely love the iPad, it just was inconvenient. I wasn't comfortable and it was me. I know that a lot of it was me. But with the laptop, I can use 2 1 TB externals, let's say, or more if I have to. It's not a big deal. And, you know, copy to one, back up to the other at the same time while using Lightroom to cull my images, JPEG and RAW. Who cares? I don't have to, you know, sort them out. I don't have to do anything. So anyway, I think in November I'm going somewhere. Honestly, God, guys, I can't remember where. Minnesota, Duluth. I'm not sure. Then end of December, I'm going down to Saint Simon Island in Georgia for 4 or 5 days. That'll probably be an iPad trip. Late January through mid to end of February, I'll be down in Miami. Actually, no, I'm maybe shooting the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. That'll require my laptop because I expect 3,000 to 4,000 images just from the race. And then from there, I'm heading south down into the Florida Keys, where I'll be shooting another couple thousand, 2,000 or 3,000 images. That is definitely a laptop trip. So I'm going to see how that goes. But I think the next short trip I take, I'm going to pack my laptop and just give it a test run. Because even though, like I said, I absolutely love and can work with the iPad, there are some things that just annoy me. And I had trouble. But and again, I think it was me because last year I had my files under control. I shot 9,000 raw files when I went up to Alaska and the Yukon, up in the Arctic Circle. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I decided to try my laptop. My spouse wants me to buy the new 13-inch MacBook Air, but you know, for what I'm going to be doing, leaving it in a car, and you know how things are nowadays, I'm just going to take my 11.1 inch. The 50R files open up beautifully in Lightroom on that machine. The 100S, it kind of chokes a little bit, but it still works. But my whole point is to be able to plug in a card, plug in my reader, insert an SD card from either one of these 2 cameras, copy it to one external, view them in Lightroom, and at the same time from in Lightroom, what I have my travel catalog, I'll make a backup to the other externals. So I can have multiple externals hooked up. It just to me seems a little bit better than using the iPad. But you know, we'll see. I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll report back to you guys. And I want to thank you all, you know, for sticking by me, and much appreciated. So if you guys have any questions, any concerns, any recommendations or ideas, please let me know in the comments. I respond to every comment. But yeah, let me know. All right. You all take care. Have a great day and be safe.